observation of fish stock on a daily basis is what every farmer, every catfish farmer should learn in order to prevent heavy mortality. Hello people, my name is Azomta with Orazo Farms, and today we'll be looking at things that you and I should be doing in order to maximize profits. Remember, we are here to make profits. Before we go, please do not forget to hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that anytime there's an update, you can be notified. So let us go into the deep. Keen observation of fish stock on a daily basis is what every farmer must learn to prevent heavy mortality. Usually, the expected mortality rate is between 5 to 10%. If you have that, it's okay. But some fish farms record up to 30%, which is not good for business. If you finish that cycle, you might not want to come back. So you have to observe your fish. And the right time, the right place to do this is when you're feeding them. A proactive farmer should observe changes in behavioral pattern and act accordingly. And it is in the place of feeding that you notice any negative change. Now, for some time, I noticed that there's this cat that comes to eat up my fish, and so I used mosquito net to cover some of the ponds, but I left one open. So anytime I come to feed, I find out that the one that I left open usually eats more than the ones that I covered. So last night when I came, I just removed the net, changed the water. And so when I came this morning to feed them, they were eating very well. Even though previously I administered vitamin C, but it didn't work. It didn't really work because it was something else they needed. So I I fed them and they were eating very well. And as I'm feeding them, you will pay attention to them. You would open your eyes, you look at each and every one of them as you're feeding them. You pay attention because there might be something wrong that you need to act. In the course of feeding them this morning, I noticed that one of them was not eating very well. Was not even eating at all. In fact, it was finding it difficult to swim. Look at it. Just follow my finger. You see. Look at the fish. Can't swim. So anytime you notice something like this, what you should do is to bring out the fish, put it in a separate bowl, put enough water for it, and then administer drugs. And if you do that within 2, 3 days, the fish will be okay. And then you return the fish back to the main pond. That is the way you do it. And if you do these things like this, if you take your time to do these things, you will not have heavy mortality. Maybe you'll be recording 5%. If you record 5% to 10%, honestly, you record a huge profit. But anything more than that, 10% and above, it is disastrous. So please, when we are feeding, it is something you need to take your time. Do not say, I'm rushing now, let me just come and no. It is the time of feeding that you know what is wrong with your fish and then act accordingly.